Okay, so we're here with Captain Jason.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. We had fun at my book launch party. That was really great. Thank you for coming. That was fun, right?
It was amazing. And after BravoCon, I left a lot of stuff in LA because I couldn't take it back to Bali. And I opened up my backpack yesterday and your book was in it.
Yeah.
And I've got a new villa in Bali where I'm moved to, and it's got a nice kitchen and it's going to get used. So
amazing.
I've got the air fryer, I've got the blender, I'm ready to go.
Oh, I love it. You like to cook, right?
I love to. It's hard to cook when you're traveling so much.
Okay, so tell us where are you going? Why are you traveling so much? I know you live in Bali, which is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
How'd you end up in Bali?
I gave up. I was working on a big boat, a 300-foot boat for many years over in the Mediterranean, and I met a lady, and we had a beautiful child.
Oh.
And my dream was to actually do what I do on a boat, but on land. So I thought maybe I'd do hospitality or a retreat. And the lady I met was a chef as well. So it was great. So we bought some land in the Philippines and we built a 5-bedroom boutique resort. I won't say resort, retreat. It's a beautiful place. That took everything.
And you run that?
Our daughter was raised, we started with tents. Our daughter was raised there on the beach, living in a nice little remote area. She was brought up with all the locals.
Oh my God.
Little white girl, naked, running around.
Little blondie?
Yeah, and she learnt to speak Tagalog.
Oh my God.
So funny, people used to get lost to try and find our place. And people would say, I just asked for Saskia, the white girl that speaks Tagalog.
Stop it.
And people used to find their way.
Wow.
It's quite unique upbringing, and we're pretty proud of that. It's who she is now. She's very empathetic and caring. But then COVID happened, and we finally got the place up and running as a business after many years, and then COVID happened.
Oh my God.
And my daughter and her mother just could not live in that remote location, and we had to think about education. So they relocated to Bali, Indonesia. And I didn't see my daughter for 2 years because of COVID. So, and in that time of building that, I'd given up big boats and started working on smaller still big boats, 150 footers around Asia, more remote locations. And
when did Below Deck happen?
Well, that happened just after I was stuck in Australia during COVID.
Oh, this was after COVID?
This was before COVID, yeah. And then COVID happened, and then I didn't see my daughter for 2 years. So I said, I'm going to give up work for 2 years. I don't care what it costs, and I'm going to get those 2 years back.
Oh.
And out of nowhere, a phone call came about Below Deck.
Stop. And that's wild.
My crew convinced me to do it. I wasn't going to do it, and I probably wouldn't have done it for my career. But then I thought, I'm giving up anyway for a while, and I did it. And I did the season and then went away for a year. Then they asked me to do another season, but the first season had to come out on air, and I thought, why not? I'll do it again. And I did it again. And that's kind of every season now is just a year for me to be with my daughter.
Right.
So that's the bonus of it.
So you're still doing it, right?
I'm still doing it. We just did season 4, just dropped on Monday.
Congrats.
It's going to be huge. It's a big one. We've got returning crew members that haven't been on for like 6 years. Ben, whether you love him or hate him, he's good for TV and he's good for the boat.
Oh, I remember him from Salt Lake.
Yeah. So
I need to hear about that because I'm friends with a lot of them.
Yeah. So and hopefully we do another one. You never know. It's obviously
do our show.
Yeah. Why not?
Right.
Come on.
That'd be fun.
That would be.
Right. That'd be fun.
How long is the filming?
6 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
2 days off.
That's it.
Non-stop.
That's crazy.
And what do you do on your days off?
Rest.
Sleep.
I think having the housewives on this season showed them how hard it is. Like, we don't stop. It's 18-hour days, non-stop.
Legit?
Legit. And then after each charter, the crew go out, and obviously they wake up the next day, they get ready for a turnaround for the next one. And it just keeps rolling into it. And the method of the madness is after a bit of fatigue and work, and that's why the cameras go away so quick.
Right. It's like enough.
You've got to get on with your job. I remember the first season I ever did, in the first episode, I was like, where are the cameras? And then they said, the bow thrust is not working. And I had a tight marina to get out. and the tide was going down.
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
God.
oh, wait up, I'm here to drive a boat.
Right.
And then you're into it
Right.
Is
How-
it not rolling 24/7?
24/7.
Oh, it is rolling
Yeah.
24/7.
How many charters do you do in 6 weeks?
So a typical season, say from May to September or from November to February, they're the seasons, would like a really good charter business would probably maybe do about 8 charters.
Wow, that's a
That's it.
lot.
That's a busy season for
Yeah.
most charter. We do 9 in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Ours are only 3 days, not usually a week, but
3 days.
3
So you
days.
have to turn over.
every day.
You have new requests.
Yes.
You have, oh my God.
You've got to come up with new ideas. You've got to, and then everyone's readjusting for the new one. You're trying to learn from the last one. You're trying to improve. Obviously, things go wrong. So there's emotions, there's egos, there's conflict, and you've got to get on with it and keep
All the
going.
makings of a great reality
Yes,
show.
It's a
Yeah.
great
It's
ingredients.
great. It's
Do
great.
you notice like later on in the season, people are just more at odds with each other because they're just exhausted from filming so much?
In the first charter or two, it starts. You can see it. You can see it developing. And as a captain with a lot of experience, the first one was a little bit. I didn't know how to look back on it. I was waiting for it to come out, but now I can actually see it evolve even more. And it's more. I've been doing it for 30 years, so I understand how personalities are on boats, and I can foresee a lot too. And I know how things are going to go out. But even this season coming out, I'm only starting to understand how good this next season that just dropped is going to be.
Wow.
I only see probably 30% of everything. I wake up in the morning, I do my little rounds, I pick up on mannerisms, I kind of eavesdrop a little bit, and I kind of understand what may have went on off the boat or in the cabins or what's going on. But I'm in my bridge doing my job, and then when I watch it with the audience as well, a year later after it's edited.
Wow. You see
I'm
all
like-
this other, you're like, what the hell is going on there?
But after the edits we've been doing in the last couple of months and just seeing the trailers and talking to the crew in the last month or two, I think this season's going to.
Wow.
It's-
Can't wait to watch.
Yeah, the first episode with the housewives, we obviously saw their
We
version
need
in
to
October.
see, and that's going to bring in a whole.
Is this
other
the Salt
demographic.
Lake thing?
Yeah, so we saw their version in October. Now we're seeing it from our camera view.
Ah, very clever.
And
Very
you can see what's happening in the galley, well, like the friction between the crew trying to get to know each other.
Right.
And
Because that was your first charter.
yes. And
That's
usually,
so interesting.
Usually you'll have a little lull in the season, but I don't think this season's going to have a lull. We have 4 very strong, including me, we have 4 very strong crew members, 3 returning. So we have the ingredients for a really good team. However, egos, personalities come into play, and they should be leading by example.
Right.
But the friction is happening at the top this
Right.
season,
Oh, wow.
not down the bottom with the juniors. So my job now is to try and manage these strong personalities
Right.
and kind of lead the horse to water rather than I can't really push down on these personalities. I've got to use my leadership to try and just guide them in the right direction. But it's really good drama. It's like workplace drama.
Right.
It's personality dramas. It's
Right.
not just all Love Island stuff.
Right.
It's,
Right.
It's actually, which a lot of it gets into. There's always love drama. as well.
Always there.
What are your
people always hook
thoughts
up
on,
the show.
yeah, like what are your thoughts on hooking up, the crew members hooking up and relationships on,
You can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it. It's going to happen. Look, I've had crew members, girlfriends.
Right.
Like
Go
over
on.
the time. I've been doing it for 30 years. You're on a boat for so long.
Yeah.
I always say these shows are a great example. A lot of people in the industry don't say, "Oh, that doesn't really happen." Well, everything that's on below deck, I've seen in my 30 years.
Right.
So this ingredients, putting it together with a lot of charters in a short time frame and the working environment, makes it come to light very
Right.
quickly. And you know what? It happens.
I have a question. This is like really pulling the curtain and something that I feel like nobody probably asked you. I'm just so curious because I'm a business person. How does it work? Like, whose boat is it? Are they renting the boat?
Yes. So they're chartering the boat.
And so do you work with the same whoever it is that owns this boat?
No, they'll find
They're
a different boat.
So it's a company that brokers basically a deal between the owner of the boat
Yeah.
and you guys.
Yeah, well, a lot of boats charter. There's private or there's charters. And every season, below deck will try and find a boat that's available to charter in that region. and they'll charter it, but then they charge the guests that come on.
Even if they're filming?
Yeah, so they come on. They have to pay to come on for 3 days. Yeah.
Huh.
So these charter guests actually want to come on and
Want to be on the
they
show.
want to be on the show.
So it's actually like a paid TV opportunity.
Yeah.
That is fascinating.
NBC execs are
Yeah.
brilliant.
Fascinating.
See, we were down under, so the first 2 seasons were in Australia. So we used a lot of Australian charter guests, but Australia's a small fishbowl. So when the charter guests were coming on, they were watching their P's and Q's and they really didn't want to be seen in a bad light. But when the Americans come on, they just don't care. They're like, bring it on.
Fun.
We're sending it. We're going to critique you. This is what I want. I've paid my money and I want this, and that it adds for good pressure for us.
Yeah.
We want to be critiqued. I want to be able to push down on the stewardess or the chef
Right.
for not delivering. I obviously want the best, but I want the charter guest to really tell us what they want.
Right.
And we listen to them and we provide them what their experience they actually thought they were going to get and try and keep it as authentic and real as it is, because it is real.
I mean, there must be like such pressure, especially, for all of you, but especially for a chef having to cook on a boat.
It's a hard job.
That's a hard job. I mean,
Yeah.
do you have all the tools? Like, is it all, I'm sure it's a chef's kitchen, but.
Yeah, look, when you're in the real world, say, and we've got a charter guest coming, it's pretty expensive to charter a boat, and
Right.
you have like a percentage of what you can spend, and you want to provide the right food,
Right.
whether it be caviar or wagyu beef or whatever their requirements are. We really have good intel on what food they would really want,
Right.
and that comes out of their pocket really.
Right.
When these charter guests come in, they have a preference sheet and the chef's trying to put it together, but he hasn't really met them, hasn't really had much intel with them.
Mhm.
And we can't just pick up the phone like we would in the real world and get an agent to get that.
To get that.
If it's not available, especially in remote locations, now the chef is trying to make something out of
Nothing.
little or nothing. So the
Wow.
pressure's on.
Wow.
What's the most difficult, not job as far as doing job, but pressure wise, would you say in the crew?
I'd say chef.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Sounding.
being a captain, you've got to drive a boat, you've got the administration, you've got the HR stuff and all that. But, at the end of the day, sometimes you feel like I'm just a kindergarten
I was about to say,
teacher.
you're probably just dealing with everybody.
Yeah, it's
Strike
more
me as the adult
psychologist sometimes. Rather,
Yeah.
and I can walk away from the guests as well. I can
Right.
take a
You
break.
can
Whereas
take
you're
a
a
break.
chief stewardess, you're in front of their face all the time.
Right.
And then when you're a chef, you've got to produce not just for the guests but for the crew as well.
Right.
And when
Right,
you're
they
not
have-
feeding the crew,
They're
they get
cranky.
offside. They get cranky. And there's always the
Imagine Sai on the crew not getting fed.
Oh my God.
Wait, so tell us about your fragrance.
that. Look,
Oh, yes. I have it here.
yeah.
Smell it.
Captain
Yeah,
J.
you'll have
I
to
love
smell
it. I hope it smells like the beach.
I'm going to smell it. I'm going to guess.
Wait, it's a cologne.
Yeah.
You can wear it.
It's gender
like-
neutral.
Really? Yeah, sometimes I like the smell of cologne. Okay, it's beachy.
Beachy.
It's exciting. Let's see. Let's smell. Oh, it smells really good. It smells like the old Dolce kind of.
You
I
like
don't know
it?
if you remember. It smells really good. I
Actually,
love
does
it.
Smell good.
Smells. Oh my god, our son is really into cologne right now. He's probably gonna steal it. He's 11.
You know what? I wasn't sure because I'm always pretty honest.
Smells
but this
delish.
actually smells something I
thanks.
would wear.
Peachy.
Yeah.
And it's
not
not
over-
too strong.
Yeah, it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
It's that I always kind of it's that Aperol Spritz sundown kind of feel,
Yes.
that afternoon.
What made you
sunset.
start?
Yeah. When did you start this?
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
So it's
Oh,
new.
wow.
Just dropped it this year or last year. Look, a girlfriend I had many years ago got me right into essential oils, and it's something I've always had, and I've always sprayed myself with a wake up. I've always had essential oils in my rooms, especially on boats and stuff. And I thought, maybe I'll start doing some essential oils. And I went into a shop in Bali and sat down with a great gentleman, and we just started talking about my adventures, where I've gone, waterfalls, what I love, the sand. I could feel the leather in the bridge on the boat and everything. And as that developed over about 2 weeks, we just started getting to the point of like, this is not essential oil. We have to bring in. It's going to have to be a fragrance. And then I transferred it to Australia and because I wanted to do it in more bulk than I could in Bali, and I met some great people in Bali that do it. I mean, in Australia that do it. It's everything's got a great story behind it. I love it, and
great.
you know, I'm
Smells
not
really good.
much of a cologne wearer. I'm more of essential oils, so this actually fits the bill for me.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're pretty involved in it. It's not
Yeah,
like you're
from
just
start
sticking
to
your name
finish.
on it.
Yeah, no, from start to finish. Just one of those little essential oil shops that you walk into and started playing
That's so
around.
cool.
And next minute we got that. So we're not going to take over the world with it, but it's to me it's what I love in a bottle.
Right. And it smells
it's
great.
it's a piece of me, and you know,
Where do you sell it though? Online?
online. On my
Okay.
web-
So you're telling all the ladies in the audience that they want a piece of Captain.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's it. It's
Captain
there.
J.
It's there. Well, it's my
there. You can
story.
buy a piece
It's my
of
story.
the
It's my
Captain.
life. It's in.
How can you date if you're working on a boat?
That's hence I'm single. Yes.
It's impossible, no?
It is, and a lot of people. I say this a lot. If I started being captain at 28, I was in the engine room, and then the boat didn't sell. It was for sale. It was after the World Trade Centers, and we would in Miami, and the owner said, "Oh, we're selling the boat," but I had to look after it. And then they said, "Well, it didn't sell. We're going off to the Mediterranean." And I said, "Well, I'll find you a captain and crew." And they said, well, "No, you drive." I went,
No.
"I don't know how to drive." And they said, "Well, learn it." So it's a 110-foot boat, and here I am in the Mediterranean at 28 trying to pretend I knew what to do. And
Wow.
so I had to learn how to drive a boat. I had to learn how to manage, which honestly, that took a couple of decades, you know. So I really only got to where I am in the last decade because I think having a daughter,
Yeah.
cruising around remote locations. I was fortunate, I said earlier that I gave up big boats and moved to Asia. We were cruising remote locations. We were finding hospitals that needed lights and running water, and we
Wow.
were giving with some, I won't mention the American owners' names that I work for, but they're very prominent. And we were just using their money to do things, put solar power
Wow.
panels in places and in schools. And that's where I do now. A lot of virtually all my social media now is just geared at foundations. I raised enough money to build a school in Lombok, all out of recycled plastic waste.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Yeah, and now I'm doing another little venture now where I'm traveling to locations and talking about those locations, but also meeting people that are doing great for the environment. I
That's
just
great.
took my daughter up to a place called Unmed, and we went diving together because she dives with me. She's 11,
Cool.
and we did coral restoration together. So we talked to the people that are on the ground doing that. You know, all these people that are doing it out of their own money.
Yeah.
How they're building a community.
So nice.
So it's about, I call it travel with a conscience. So
Right.
we're all going to travel. Development's going to happen. It's not going
Right.
to stop.
I'm with
But,
you.
but when you're there, just understand there's some people on the ground that are doing great things for the environment.
That's
and
great.
just because they care. And
love
I want to meet them. And I think it's going to be educational for myself, and I can pass that on to my daughter.
Yeah.
And if I can pass that on to my followers and they're engaged, they get to know a location. And my first little series came out on Monday. It's on YouTube.
I'm going to watch it.
It's called Current of Change. And I have another one coming out where I've met 2 young Australians in another island called Lombok that are using plastic waste to build school furniture for the schools.
Amazing.
And then I want to do as many as I can.
Amazing. It's funny. I went to school for actually sustainable development,
Oh,
literally
really?
exactly what you're talking about. So I'm like very passionate about this, but we have a mezcal brand, as you know, Mezcaloom, that was at the party. And one of the charities that we were like looking into is there's amazing, people are doing amazing stuff right now, but there's this guy that takes old seaweed waste and creates bricks out of them to build buildings with,
Wow.
which is like, it's just incredible, the versatility that people are finding to create, you know, recycled materials out of, and actually they're building things with it. I mean, people have told me about Singapore, that Singapore is basically built off of garbage, which is amazing.
Yeah,
Which
Malaysia
is
would.
unbelievable. So that's great.
And those people need to, okay, not everyone does it for a profit.
Right.
Some people are just doing it because, as I said, the love of the environment. And especially plastic waste in Indonesia, like the school that I raised money to build with the help of my followers and my shout out, that took 6 ton of plastic waste. Now there's 24 tons of day of plastic waste in Indonesia
What?
that go into
Jesus.
the rivers and oceans. And there's people working tirelessly to stop that.
24
24 tons.
A
That's
day?
24,000
That can't-
utility utes. Like,
Oh my! So it's worse. It's worse there than anywhere.
yeah, it's
I had no
Philippines
idea.
is bad too. Philippines is bad as well.
I had no idea.
So the classroom
I
of
thought we were
hope,
going to talk about dating and relationships.
Uh-huh.
This is way more interesting.
classroom of hope, who I really work closely with. 400 schools got knocked down in 2018 during the earthquakes. Like, so it's the rim of fire there. That's called the Pacific Rim of Fire of earthquakes. And this foundation started. They're about education, and they started helping rebuild the schools. And the parents and kids didn't really want to go back into the schools because there's so much damage and trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So then they found this company in Finland, Block Solutions. They had a fundraiser and built a big factory, and now they're turning plastic waste into building blocks. And because there's flexibility in the building blocks, they're virtually earthquake resistant. And if they do fall down, it's
Smart.
only and the acoustics is great. Like the school I built is right on the road, and you walk into it, and it's like, oh wow, this is great. And it was cooler as well.
But so that's great. But I mean, not to be negative Nancy, what's going to happen with all the plastic waste that is getting dumped?
Well, that's right.
What are we going to do about that?
Well, that's what I was going to get to at the start. These people that are doing it out of the love of the environment must get to a point where, like, wow, what is this?
Like, how do you prevent
You have to create a profit system. It's the only way to really incentivize people.
Yes.
Like,
so
how do you do that?
legislation based? I think.
Well, my currents of change, which I'm going around and interview these people,
Is there a free market in Indonesia?
No. Oh, I don't know, actually. Is Indonesia free market society? Is a very
Not really. It's going to have to be illegal. Like, you have to go to the government. And
well, the two gentlemen in the next series that I did that are rebuilding, making school furniture, they are buying the plastic off the locals, the waste.
that's good.
They're cleaning it up and they're selling it back. It's virtually non-profit for them
Right.
because of the system.
Right.
But that just incentivizes the locals not to throw it in the water.
Right.
So that's a start.
So they're throwing it in the water not because they're being instructed to, but because it's just kind of a free for all and it's just garbage and
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just the education and the mentality
oy,
a lot.
it's bad.
And the landfill system there's no real system that kind of promotes anyone to.
You don't have like the garbage man coming down.
You do, but it just goes to one big dump.
Mhm.
And
There's no recycling.
no, Asia's.
Huh.
I lived in Philippines for 10 years, and I used to always say there's two things that they do on the weekend is go to church and burn the rubbish. So,
Wow.
and that's virtually what Indonesia's like as well.
Oh,
Is it
man.
so? This is the kind of stuff that you're showcasing on the new series.
Well, I want to get deeper. I want to move into travel and location and food, and really bring my followers with me on a location and enjoy the location.
Mhm.
Not to just talk about how great things are, but get deep into some
Yeah.
things. But at the end of it will always be some form of pat on the back for some organization that's doing something good for the environment.
Right.
So that's
It's like I was saying earlier, like a modern day Anthony Bourdain vibe.
probably without the wit and the humor and the intelligence right now. But I always say Joe Rogan wouldn't be that smart if he didn't do 700 episodes.
Right.
So I feel like this is a way for me to travel, engage, learn and pass on.
Yeah. That's great.
So I just want to start.
And I bet a lot of it, I don't know if you would do it, but if you brought your daughter along,
Yeah.
I bet that would be, people would love that.
Yeah, she's very interested in doing it too.
Is she?
Like, we went diving together for this coral restoration one. We've dived a couple of times. She got a certificate when she was 10. She was underwater. Her goggles were hurting her. She was just holding them. I could see her. I grabbed her. I settled her down, and she just pulled her goggles off, handed them to me underwater. I adjusted them, put them back on, and then she blew out the water out of her eyes and just gave me the okay. Like, there's adults that wouldn't.
Wow.
There's adults that would be scared to do
Right.
that. And
Well,
she's
grew up
11, and she's like,
No big deal.
yeah.
Love
But she doesn't understand that. And I'm like, on the way home, like, do you know how brave you are,
Right.
how confident you are, how good you are at what you did? And she's like, oh, thank you.
So cute.
She's such. The school she goes to it's all about emotional learning. Her mother's very creative, and mother teaches a hell of a lot too. And she's got a great. We've got a great system for her.
Right.
Even though we're not together,
So what happened there? Can I ask?
Oh, we got together very quickly, and we had a child very quickly.
Right.
And then we realized very quickly that
Right.
that things weren't right. So we still stayed with the dream.
Right.
And the dream was, well, let's build this. Let's build this, and let's have our daughter raised in the most unique way we can.
Right.
Like, let's give her something. You know, her mother's a very unique upbringing as well, and I kind of just envy all that. So I thought,
Right.
yeah, let's bring our daughter up that way
Right.
too. So, as much as we come, there's nothing's ever smooth sailing, but at the end of the day, we are doing the right thing for our daughter.
Yeah, that's great. So then so do you want to be in a relationship, or you can't because you're always somewhere else, or maybe you need to find a nomadic partner that can do the same?
That's it. Yeah, nomadic's a good word. I like that one. If I can find that, I'd be fine.
Okay.
Maybe
Think of a nomad
content
for-
creator too, so I can
Right.
cut down on some bills.
Yeah. So you can record you while you're.
Yeah, I haven't really wanted anyone. When I look at the spaces in my life, I'd have to remove time with my daughter, even with she FaceTimes me in the morning and every morning and evening. She's with me whenever I'm in Bali.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to give any of that time up to
Right.
empty promises to someone else? No.
Right.
The purpose was to take 2 years off and be with her, and then Below Deck came, and as you know, TV doesn't pay very well at the start. It takes about 4 seasons, so I'm probably just getting head above water,
Right.
not working. If I wanted to make money out of it, I could be in America doing appearances and stuff, but that defeats the purpose of being with my
your
daughter.
Yeah. So
But
you're in like a little bit of a tricky.
Well, the YouTube thing, if you build that's something that you can monetize.
I'm hoping to.
Like that's something you can get
Definitely.
brand sponsorships. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's the key. I was trying to work out this last year, like, what do I do? Because I'm not very good at selling things online. I really don't like doing it.
Yeah.
It's not, and I don't want to give my followers a product and then move to another product. Or I want to know that product. I want to be across it.
It's weird
And what
for
is my
straight
product?
guys too.
My product is traveling. My product is sustainability and conservation and being a captain. So let's put that into something, which is that's what this YouTube's about. And if I can get some brand deals from that to support the cost of that, then it's a win-win. And then I feel great about. Look, see, I can talk about this sustainability stuff all
Me too,
day. It's
by
a
the way.
passion. It's there.
All day.
But if you say, hey, look at this fluffy pillow. I love it. You should get one too. Click this link. It's like,
Yeah, but
It's
sometimes.
made from sustainable material.
Yeah, but
True.
sometimes it can be line up. Like, I think a good way for an influencer to actually be effective is to really promote products that they actually use. Like
Yes.
there are tons of products that I use. Like I love Amazon, so I work with Amazon. I really do
Yeah.
love Amazon. It's the only. I think we have like a distribution center in the front of our house. So I think like there are ways for you to monetize. I think Alex will help.
it's more the uncomfortable about being in front of the camera, like holding the camera to myself. So if I did have a partner,
Takes a minute to get used to it.
if I did have a partner or someone, so now I'm just finally going to get a manager now.
Right.
This month I employed someone to start changing my socials up, which I'm really proud of because she loves the environment, and she was in Bali, and she's from Brazil, and she came and did the video for my first YouTube. And she was talking to me, and I had my daughter there, and she goes, "You're not on your Instagram." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Your Instagram is not you. I've just
Right.
spent 4 days with you, seeing you around your daughter, seeing you around the local people,
Right.
see you interact and chat with everyone. None of that's on your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just Bravo and Below Deck." I said, "Yeah, because I don't like doing stuff." No, we need to capture you and put that on there, and that needs to be the essence of your social media. And in the last month, we have turned it upside down. There's more me. She's following me to the gym. And,
Right.
And I started the gym, and she's, captured things I didn't know with my daughter.
Yeah, right.
And so, yeah, there is a change, and I can see the change.
Yeah.
I understand it. Now I feel like there's a purpose there.
Right.
I get it. So then you could push something into that to monetize
Right.
that later on.
Right. I think that's when it feels natural because I had the same kind of aversion to like filming. Remember, I used to get so weird about filming myself and selling product. But I think once you know what you're comfortable with in front of the camera, like now I have no filter and I just show everything. But it's like it becomes kind of second nature, and also it just feels right because for example, and I have plugged this company so much, you really should pay me again. But I am obsessed with this 8 Sleep mattress cover. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it tells you your sleep score, and it adjusts you at night, and you can sit up and it will heat your side and cool his side. I mean, it is fantastic. And I love talking about it because I actually am obsessed with it. I've gotten so many people to buy it. So it's like, it doesn't feel disingenuous, So I think there's a way, but
I'm getting more comfortable now too. We just did the press run for season 4, and I can even sitting here, and this is easy conversation.
Yeah.
When they're asking you questions, and I feel so much more comfortable than I did 2 years ago. Like the anxiety that I have, first imposter syndrome. What am I doing in this world?
Right.
I'm a captain. I'm not used to this.
Imposter syndrome all the time. I suffer from that still.
Yeah, anxiety is a big thing for me. BravoCon, I didn't drink in BravoCon at all because I realized that these events, whether it be Watch What Happens Live or anything, I've been grabbing a little spicy mug or 2 before I go on, or BravoCon, the last 3 I've been to, you got these events and next minute you're at 10 spicy mugs by the end of the night, throughout the whole day.
I know. I get lit at BravoCon.
So this one, I realized that I was drinking to try and get over the anxiety,
right?
Not just for fun or not just for companion, not just hey, let's have a drink together. It was actually more for a purpose to try and get over something.
Yep.
So this season, this BravoCon, I said, I'm not going to drink and see how I come out. And then the last night, I was on the stage with the last event, and the stage fright just got me. I was like, I said to Andy after,
had a drink?
Oh no, I didn't. But I just said to Andy, I'm so sorry. I was fully stage fright. I wouldn't have been stage fright because I would have had a couple of drinks. But so I actually had another thing I got to get over now.
Right.
But it was something I learned, and it was good. And I'm glad I didn't do it. And I felt very boring. I was in bed at 8 p.m. on Saturday. Everyone was out.
That's my favorite thing to do.
And I'm like, I'm texting my friends and that were with me. I'm like, should I be out? People are asking me to come and join them. And I'm like, I feel like I'm not making, advantage of this great opportunity. And then I just, no, I'm here for for the people that are turning up.
Right.
And I gave my 100%. And I was on the phone to my daughter most nights in bed anyway.
Cute.
So I did the right thing, and I feel good, but I'm more comfortable now being who I am.
It takes time.
And I think that'll come out in my presence online and with my audience.
How did you grow up? Did you grow up in a small community? And
2 older sisters, lovely parents, still together now. And it's good. That's a good upbringing. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I've got to
work hard. Mum was a nurse. She worked nights. Dad was a printer, became a journalist, and became a pretty renowned journalist.
Oh, wow.
too. So he deserves a lot of credit for where he got to. I wish he would credit himself more.
Aw,
He's
so cute.
He's got Alzheimer's now, so we're battling.
Sorry.
Yeah, we had a big year last year going into season 4 personally, and then I had a lot of challenges through season 4. But yeah, mum not well, dad Alzheimer's, I had melanoma.
Oh my gosh.
Best mate passed away in a freak accident.
What?
And then I went and did below deck. So
Oh my gosh.
So-
I think last year was bad for everybody.
Yeah.
I had a bad year too.
yeah, get rid of the year of the snake. We're moving on.
Yes, exactly. Shedding it. It doesn't officially start till middle of February, FYI.
Oh, good.
What?
Yeah, I got time.
Year of the snake. No,
Horse.
horse is the new year. Chinese New Year.
Could the new year, like next year's year of the horse?
It doesn't officially start until a couple weeks from now,
Chinese year.
which is why January I think was still weird.
January was weird.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always weird.
Yeah, January is just the worst month.
Yeah, I think we can officially say that.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, but now it seems stupid question because we're getting that was very sentimental what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no. They're lighting it up.
I was gonna ask, your DMs must be crazy. You're
are they?
single. You're obviously a very good looking guy. You're the captain. Is it as crazy as people would think?
It started off pretty strong and crazy. It does Twitter off. It's tethered off a bit now, but it's still there. I remember the first season we did. All the boys, the lads had a group chat, and they were sharing their DMs they were all getting when it first came out, the first season, and then I sent them one I got, and it shut the group chat down. That's like, oh my, you win. Yeah, no, it's not too bad. It's good. It's I think a lot of people know that. Is that my phone going off?
That's okay.
Is that my phone going off?
Insert. You were saying your DM shut the group chat down.
Yeah, the DMs they're not too bad. They're pretty good. I think everyone knows. A lot of people know I'm single, but yeah, it's.
Come on, you must be like, if you're in a new city, be checking in at any.
No. I look.
He's trying to get it out of you.
I just went on
You
apps,
could be
dating apps this year. And
Which one are you on?
well, I wanted to, Fraser, who's on the show as well. He on Below Deck. He I was with him, and he got me on Raya. Raya.
Yeah, I've heard of Raya.
But they've got to accept you, and that was 6 months ago. I'm still not accepted. So
Are you
yeah,
kidding?
I know.
What?
They're not.
Yes, not accepting a single.
Have Alex deal with that.
Yeah, call Alex.
It's ridiculous.
Or
My
get on a
my,
different
my
one.
gym
Just
trainer is in Bali, and he was on it, and he's like, "How come I'm on it and you're not?" And
somebody from Raya's listening. I mean, what's going
Come on, Raya.
Insane.
sponsor me, and let's have a success story.
Yeah. Let's have
Now
a
you're
success
thinking,
story.
go.
Yes, look, you're in the world now. I love it.
We missed the dating app stage. We
Yeah.
got together.
Lucky you.
No, that was when there were websites.
Right.
I used it like twice, which was fun because you hooked up with girls. But there's this whole culture now with dating apps. Pros and cons, I suppose.
Yeah, I've been the last 6 months. I've rebooted the app, knocked it off, rebooted the
Yeah,
app,
I'm sure.
knocked it off, rebooted it.
I'm
It's like,
sure.
yeah, it's
It's
time.
like a love hate.
yeah,
But I always say, and I really feel this way. I mean, I know it's probably hard if you're traveling a lot, but I just think people need to go out more.
yes,
Like that's the best way to meet people, just in general, even friends. Like I just think, especially Gen Z, I don't know what they're gonna do with their lives. Like that freaks me out. But they're home. People are indoors all the time, just on their phones, either through social media or whatever on the apps. Like go out,
yeah,
go meet people.
totally agree. We wrapped up yesterday, and then you all called me last night. But I was at dinner with some friends last night, and we had some other
Where'd
ladies.
you guys eat?
Pardon?
Where'd you eat?
We just went to Parkgate,
Oh, I don't know.
little bar on the corner.
Cute.
It was nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
good ambience. And these ladies came in, and I got up and we had four of us, made us all move around. And they said, "No, you don't have to move." And I said, "No, we can move." And
Right.
we moved us all around. And she said, "Oh, thank you. Such a gentleman." I said, "Well, that's just chivalry." And she goes, "Yeah, it's not here in New York."
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's so true.
and within probably 15 minutes,
You're all friends.
You're in the
she had a beautiful ring. And
You're
I
all
was like,
friends.
"I love your ring," and they said, "Oh, thank you." And then we're chatting.
I love it.
And then she's engaging, and we're talking.
I
And
love it.
when we left, she said, "Oh, we're going to dinner next door." I said, "Oh, we're going to call it quits anyway, but thank you," and
Right.
left it at that. But I
The social aspect.
think chivalry is not dead, and being a gentleman is
Well, it
not
is
hard.
the younger.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this because it's like a real thing that we hear from people, but men are afraid to go up to women now.
Yeah,
That's like actually happening. Like they don't
Cancel culture.
want to go up to girl. Like they don't go up to them and try to hit on them or say, "Can I buy you a drink?" Like my brothers do, but like it just doesn't happen as much anymore because they're either afraid or I don't know. They just don't do it. And beyond that,
Yeah.
like I think people should also go sit at the bar. Go sit at a bar at a restaurant instead of sitting at a table so that you can communicate with people. Like I love that vibe. Like we love to go sit and have dinner at a bar if you want to like make new friends or
yeah,
whatever.
I'll sit
so
at the bar,
fun.
for sure.
I love sitting at the bar. It's more fun. But
fluid. It's
Yeah.
Well, chivalry
possibility.
is it's intuitive, and it's subconscious, and it's something you've got to be passed down or learn, or it's you don't just say to like the girl next door that I was sitting next to yesterday, I love your ring because you want a response.
Right.
You say it because you just noticed it and you said it.
Right.
Like you don't say, oh, she's
Because you're
look
trying
at,
to
look
get
at her.
something out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to. I think men need to learn that if they, like when you walked in today, I said, "Oh, nice shiny jacket."
Right.
That was me saying, "I like your jacket."
Right.
You know, but that was me commenting on what I see.
Right.
And I think that is being lost.
Yeah. I see what
They
you're
think they
saying.
need to have an angle to what they say,
Right.
rather than just telling them, "Oh, gee, your eyes look good today," or your
Right.
hair. You know, it's.
I know what you mean.
And that's being lost.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think they're being taught to do that. I think
Right.
that comes from, elders or people. And I think also
Strange.
chivalry should never go away. And whether equality and all that, you bring all that stuff into it, that's regardless. A man should always, regardless.
Totally agree. Hold
Open
the door for the woman.
Open the
Yes.
door.
Yes.
That should
With
never
you.
go away.
And why is that a bad thing?
Totally.
You know?
You can bring finances, pay, all that stuff, sports, equality, all into it. At
Right.
the end of the day, the female is Mother Nature.
Right.
Like, is the start of us all.
Right.
You know, and when you have a child and you
see it differently.
You should love your mother to the end of
Yeah.
the earth. You know?
Yeah.
And that should resonate down to every woman around.
Totally.
I think I love that you're saying all this
Me
because
too.
I everything you say resonates with me, and it's not said enough because I think people are scared to say like these basic truths, right? Like society now makes everything so charged when it's like, yeah, opening the door for a woman, do that, but it's the sexism comes into
Like,
it, this fear of being perceived as, toxic or whatever. It's like, be a gentleman.
But that does exist. It just
Sure.
doesn't apply to opening a door. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. Like, it's becoming so, like, everything is like morphing into one. And I think
Or
there are
pursuing a woman,
differences.
like going up and hitting on a woman, the lost art of
nothing wrong
that. Like,
with
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and
Like,
also a
don't
girl
be
can go,
weird.
it doesn't mean that a girl can't go hit on a guy. It doesn't mean
Sure.
that. I think that things have become, I don't know if it's because of socials or whatever it is, but things have become just so black or white.
Yeah.
One way or another. And that's just not the world. There's so many areas of gray, like in every topic, in every situation. And I think that's become something really hard, especially with dating and relationships, where it's just become so one way or another way. And there's no in between.
So I'll go back to last night because it's the freshest example. I said, "Oh, you look so pretty." Like I told her when we stood up and she was leaving. I said, "Yeah, you look so pretty." And then she said, "Oh, I'm having dinner next door if you guys are coming." I said, "We're going somewhere else." So none of what I said was for a purpose. And there's no reason why if you're at a bar and you find someone attractive, and if you're single, that you should not walk up and say, "But I just want to say, you're very striking."
Can I also say, do you know how nice that must have been for her? To like go to her next dinner and have a guy that was single at a bar that wasn't trying to take her home just say like, you look pretty. Do you know how, like, that's such a nice thing to do. And it is something that
Did a
happens
mitzvah.
so much fewer. It's so like rare.
No purpose. It was just
With no
because
purpose.
it was there.
'Cause she was pretty.
However, the generations now are not doing that.
Right.
However, if you go to the gym, the two guys will look in the mirror together and tell each other how good their muscles are. Like, why do you tell your mate how great his abs are, but you won't tell a female out there how pretty or how nice her shoes are?
Right. Like, why is that now the norm? Okay, so dudes at the gym are telling each other that they look good, but that same dude won't tell a girl that she looks pretty.
There's something in the chicken.
Funny.
There's something in the chicken.
There's the antibiotics are really messing with everyone's head.
Exactly.
I think also, and then we'll wrap, I know, because they need the room. I think also the way that we raise our kids has so much to do with it. One thing I've noticed, because our son is 11 and he's not perfect at home by any means, but whenever he goes to anybody's house, I'll get messages, not to like say that we're the best parents, but this is something we ingrain in our kids, like be polite, push your chair and say thank you, like overthink someone if they're feeding you dinner, or you're sleeping over, they're taking care of you. And we'll get messages saying, oh my God, your son is so polite, like
that's good.
Going on and on and on. But it's because it's not really the norm. Because a lot of kids aren't doing that. They're not, I mean, I notice it when kids sometimes come to my house and they'll walk out and they won't say bye. they won't say thank you. And it's like, you just slept over at my house. You should just at least say goodbye. But it's not like that it's a big deal, but these are small seeds that you're planting in these kids that grow into going to a restaurant and just being polite.
Agree more. I could not agree more. And a group of our friends all had children at the same time, and they live in Spain and UK and stuff. And I went back and visited them, and I felt like I need it. And one of our friends, she just got through cancer. So I thought, I want my daughter to. So I paid for her mother and my daughter to go back to Spain last year and spend some time with all our friends to reunite, so my daughter could connect with maybe her future friends, because there was a connection there. And they're all like, always been judging us growing our daughter up on this remote island, and their kids have got great educations and great academia schools and stuff. And they've always like, is she okay? Is she okay? So they finally met her now. She's
And
10.
they're like, wow,
and they're just like, oh my God.
Wow.
And same, I picked her up at a sleepover the other day in Bali, and they said, Saskia can stay anytime.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the best compliment. They say she can stay anytime.
Yeah, it's
Anytime?
like it means something's going right,
Right.
You know, especially in co-parenting situation, which is not always roses at all. That, you know, our daughter has this politeness and appreciation, and I think that comes from living on a remote island in the Philippines, being the wealthiest kid on the beach, you know, with us, and then moving to Bali and not being the wealthiest.
Right.
Now we live in little studio apartments, whereas other people got great big villas.
Right.
And we had the big villa
Wow.
in Philippines. So
Humbling.
she's been humble, and she doesn't ask for more.
Wow.
She understands.
I wonder if also living on an island taught her how to live with, like, in a communal environment.
She had to. She couldn't have Santa.
Right.
She didn't have Santa growing up after about 3, because, you know, the people in these remote islands are not going to have someone deliver expensive presents.
Right.
So, and every time I came back with gifts with her from my travels, I'd always have to bring 10 of everything for the kids around. And, you know, she was climbing coconut trees. She was getting seaweed out at low tide. She was living with the locals. And
That's great.
And she grew up with that. About 2 years ago, she goes, Papa, can I have Santa back? I said, yeah, you can. A couple of years. No, but she had to keep that secret too when she moved back to Bali. Like, obviously she knew. And she understood why the concept was there.
Right.
But she understood why they didn't have it. And then she was very embarrassed of what she had, so she would share that.
Aww.
Like, we'd have kids all around our place in the Philippines, and her mother was a chef, so would be cooking for everyone.
Nice.
We'd have kids everywhere.
It's really nice.
And some of them started cooking, and you could see, well, maybe they might be a future chef. And then because we tried to train the people that work for us to be like a stewardess, like on boats and stuff. And so we had young maybe entrepreneurs that could come up and have a way out of the village one day, I suppose.
Right.
You know?
I think it also speaks to kids growing up in community and how important that is, and spending less time, you'll love what I'm saying, on their iPads and phones and technology, and just being with each other and sharing with each other and figuring out play with each other, like analog. Who was just saying analog is coming back in like such a big way? Analog play. James, right. And so our head of sales, our VP of sales at Mescalum, was saying analog is becoming the way to sell now, which is like taking them to dinner.
Music to my ears.
like
kids are so distracted with these devices.
Yeah, hands up. I find myself in a big trap with that. Her mother's great, but given what I'm doing for a career, I find myself scrolling a lot. Where Saskia knows that when she comes with me, she can get on Roblox and stuff.
Don't tell him about Roblox.
So I'm
get her off Roblox.
Yeah, so it's in my head, and it's like, okay.
No, but Roblox apparently is very dangerous.
I know, but I need to change myself to show her the way. And so I moved to another place, and it was close to her friends. I think she had a little crush on someone, so it was close. So I said, if I move here, you got to start surfing again. And you got to start doing paddle, and because I play paddle 3 times a week. So she started surfing again.
That's great.
And now I sent her to a paddle instructor's course the other day, did one-on-one training, and so that was my way to try and break that trying.
Yeah, good.
It's in my head. I understand it. I understand why I'm allowing her, so I can get away with it
Right.
myself. And then I've got to change my way to show her.
Right.
I think that whole leads to everything, back to the chivalry and everything, you know. And,
Totally.
What's they absorb what you pass down.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that sentiment of taking in, like, as the parent, it ultimately is your responsibility because they follow what you do. So
Yes.
you know, you're on the phone and they're going to do the same shit.
Yeah, I own that.
Yeah. I think that overall, we all have just like a problem with our phones. But one tip I read somewhere in one of these recent articles is that social media time should be structured work time. So it's like instead of just opening an app whenever you can, like whenever you just have idle time.
Yeah.
If you work in social media, which we all do here pretty much, you have like in your calendar or like part of your day, 45 minutes blocked off to like do the social media time instead of just it being this idle thing. So I thought that was one of the better tips I've heard.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I really like that.
That is definitely going on the list because I feel a massive change coming. I understand I've gone down that rabbit hole in the last year of scrolling, and that's like you said, what do? I'll pick up my phone and do that. It was like, you're right, do your messages. Hit those DMs up.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot more you're not telling me.
Well, you know what I actually downloaded? I downloaded a word game. And I was like, instead of me, you know, I'm like addicted now. I'm like at level 400. But instead of me picking up my phone, sometimes like I'm bored or I'm in bed and I'm trying to fall asleep. But like my mind is at least active and I'm doing this word game and it makes me tired kind of like reading a book. Because sometimes I don't want to read a book in my bed. I want to be on my phone a little bit. So it gives myself that space to do that, but I think in a healthier way. The other thing I wanted to say, what was I going to say about social media?
Paper books.
Well, someone told me the other day, why don't you get 2 Kindles?
Kindles
and sit there with Saskia in bed and do a Kindle each.
Love
and
that.
That's your 15, 20 minutes before bed.
We should really get
And I thought
kids Kindles.
She'll feel good because it's electronic.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
and she can find her book that she likes.
Yeah.
And she can move around in that space.
You should do that.
And then
That's great.
I want to read more. And it's that. So that would be a great way to go, this is what we do.
Love that.
Rather than
The scrolling.
The last one,
yeah.
I was doing Legos and I got a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle and my 6-year-old was doing Lego set. And we just sat there like talking a little bit, but just silently
So cute.
immersed for
Lego.
hours.
I think Lego is such a great tool for patients.
But bad for the environment.
Yeah, it's bad for the environment.
Okay.
It costs
a fun.
Terrible for the
It
environment.
costs a fortune.
I can't.
Jason, get one of these places to make like reusable Lego things from the material.
Yeah.
Go to Indonesia.
But I remember when we started doing the Lego, it was like, you know, like it's painful. You got to lay everything out and then you got to follow the instructions. I went, this is a good tool for them. I get it, and definitely get the environmental side of it too. So we stopped doing it, but we did enjoy the first few of them.
I got into the adult Lego sets recently, and I just do them by myself, like after the kids go to bed. It's very therapeutic.
Yeah, it is. I find
You
it.
don't have to think; you just follow the instructions. You don't have to make decisions.
It's like IKEA furniture.
Yeah, I hate. I have a love-hate with IKEA. The building.
IKEA is. I always used to say IKEA is the ingredients for a divorce. You know, like you pull up at the car park. You're actually really prepared to go there for the day. You go through all that aisle. You get everything. You kind of think you're nearly at the end, and then when you get to the end, you haven't even got the stuff yet. You're just paying for it. Then you got to wait for it to turn up, and then you got to put it in the car, and then you get back, and then you've got to put it all together, and then you think you're at the end, and then you got to get rid of all that cardboard somewhere.
And it's always the
that
last
is a job in
few
itself.
steps that like you building it, and there's like the last step where you're like, this can't find the screw, and then you're yelling at each other.
And you're trying to, I'm going to be the man of the house here, but this is really testing me.
It's really testing.
I think men building furniture is probably like the angriest thing for men. Is like getting stuck on that.
I feel like sometimes you like it.
No, I love it until I hit a snag and I'm like,
Right.
oh, it
cooking
just riles me.
I'm looking forward to your book. I'm looking forward to get back to Bali, settle everything down and open that book up, put it up there. And I'll definitely message you with I'll take a video of what
Yeah, let me know what you make because there's some funky, recipes in there and also really good recipes for cooking with kids.
Perfect.
Like really good interesting doughy type recipes that are fun. My kids love making them with me.
Well, her mum's a chef, so she'll.
Oh, so she cooks.
Yeah, so I'll I'll share it with her as well.
Yeah.
And we'll pick one, and I'll have Saskia do it with a mum, and then come and do it for me.
So fun.
That would be good.
Then she could just cook for you.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like the angle here.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping this bottle of cologne.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Smells great. It really does, actually.
It was really nice having you, man.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Very comfortable.
Thank you
awesome.
so
Glad I
much.
fit it in. I wasn't expecting it. So
Yeah,
I'm glad
me
you guys
neither.
got hold of me yesterday.
It's perfect. Amazing.
Good to see you all.
All right.
Great.